As we dive into the depths of the NFL offseason, the Green Bay Packers find themselves in a curious position. With the silence of the offseason enveloping us, speculation runs rampant and rankings start to surface. Just this week, Chris Sims has stirred the pot with his eyebrow-raising takes, which, let's be honest, seem more designed to generate clicks than to provide genuine insight. Remember last year, when Ben Solak claimed the Packers wouldn't make the playoffs in 2025? Well, that prediction didn't even last a full season. So, as we sift through these rankings, it's critical to approach them with a discerning eye, especially during this quiet stretch of the NFL calendar. That said, analyzing the Packers' current standing is a necessary task. As we gear up for the 2026 NFL season, there are significant concerns that warrant our attention. One of those pressing issues is the running back position, which has skyrocketed in urgency after the recent news surrounding Josh Jacobs. Before this development, I saw the need for a reliable running back, but now, with the legal troubles looming over Jacobs, it becomes even more crucial. The seriousness of the allegations cannot be overlooked, and while we shouldn't dive too deep into speculation, it's clear that the Packers may need to rethink their strategy at this position. If Jacobs isn't able to contribute, the weight falls on Chris Brooks and Marshawn Lloyd. And let's be real here, Lloyd's injury history raises major concerns. Imagine heading into the season with such uncertainty at running back. It's a precarious situation that could lead to disaster before we even reach training camp. Let's not forget the injuries that plagued the Packers last season. The absence of key players like Micah Parsons, Tucker Kraft, and Devontae Wyatt was felt deeply. While we anticipate Kraft and Wyatt returning for training camp, Parsons might start on the physically unable to perform list. Any setbacks among these players could send shockwaves through the team before the season even kicks off. The stakes have never been higher. The offensive line, too, is an area of concern. Last season was challenging, to say the least. Jordan Love faced an uphill battle, often running for his life behind a line that struggled to protect him. The starting lineup heading into this season is a mix of youth and inexperience that must develop quickly if the Packers have any hope of taking significant strides forward. Jordan Morgan is slated to get starting reps at left tackle, having played all over the line previously. Meanwhile, Aaron Banks, despite being hampered by injuries, showed signs of improvement towards the end of the last season. Sean Rhyan took over the center role after Elgton Jenkins landed on IR, and, surprisingly, looked more effective than Jenkins at times. It's a promising but shaky foundation. Anthony Belton has similarly experienced a resurgence as he settled into the right guard position. And then there's Zach Tom, who we hope can bounce back and reclaim his Pro Bowl form after a season marred by injuries. If these players don't step up, it could spell disaster for Jordan Love and the entire Packers offense. In the receiving core, the Packers have made some bold moves by allowing Romeo Doubs to walk and trading Dontavian Wicks to the Eagles. This leaves Christian Watson, Matthew Golden, Jaden Reed, and Savion Williams as the top four receivers. It's a gamble, and if these young talents don't develop as anticipated, Love may find himself with limited options. This concern is amplified if Watson faces further injury issues or if Tucker Kraft isn't fully recovered from his ACL tear. And at the heart of all of this is Jordan Love, the pivotal figure in this equation. If the naysayers are correct and Love is merely a mid-tier quarterback, the Packers season could be doomed before it even begins. Elite quarterback play is essential for a team to rise above the fray, and I, as a loyal supporter, believe that Love has the potential to be that elite quarterback. If I'm mistaken, the Packers may find themselves searching for a new leader under center sooner than they'd like, which could set back the franchise for years. As we analyze the landscape, it's vital for fans to remain engaged and aware of the realities surrounding our beloved Packers. There's a lot at stake as we move deeper into the offseason, and every decision made now will echo throughout the regular season. Let's keep the faith and hope these offseason speculations are proven wrong. Now, as we transition into the next topic, let's take a closer look at how the Packers plan to address these pressing concerns. The offseason may be quiet on the surface, but the undercurrents are anything but still. As the Green Bay Packers embark on their offseason training activities, the 90-man roster that's taken to the field this week will likely serve as the foundation for what we see when training camp kicks off in less than 2 months. But let's not kid ourselves. this roster isn't etched in stone. History tells us that the Packers can, and often do, make pivotal moves even as training approaches. Just before minicamp in 2021, they snagged linebacker Devondre Campbell, who blossomed into an All-Pro in his first season. And let's not forget last year's surprise trades for Darian Kinnard and Micah Parsons late in August, which filled crucial gaps. Now, looking at the current roster, there are undeniable needs that require either significant internal development or potentially a game-changing addition. The question is, will General Manager Brian Gutekunst make those moves? And if so, where will he focus his attention? Starting with the offensive line, the Packers should feel relatively secure with their tackles. Jordan Morgan stepping in at left tackle and Zach Tom returning to the right side after only playing just over half of the offensive snaps last season is promising. But we need to take a critical look. Depth is a concern here. While Kinnard offers some competence as a backup, the situation becomes precarious if Morgan goes down. Last season's undrafted free agent, Brant Banks, was the second-string left tackle at OTAs. That's a gamble for a team with Super Bowl aspirations. The depth needs bolstering. It's a ticking clock until training camp if they want to solidify this position. Shifting gears to the receiving core, it's evident that Gutekunst has made a conscious decision to reshape this unit. The recent trade of Dontavian Wicks to the Eagles for a 6th-round pick signals a level of confidence, or perhaps overconfidence, in the current roster. With Wicks and Romeo due out of the picture, the starting trio now consists of Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, and Matthew Golden. When you combine their best seasons, you're looking at 134 receptions for 1,838 yards and 15 touchdowns. But let's put that into context. Last season, we saw Rams Puka Nacua Hall in 129 catches, while Jackson Smith-Njigba of the Seahawks racked up nearly 1,800 yards. And let's not forget Devontae Adams, who amassed 14 touchdowns. The Packers trio, while promising, has some serious proving to do. As we delve deeper into the needs across the roster, it's clear that the Packers are not without their challenges. The time for complacency is over. The team must actively seek growth, whether through player development or strategic acquisitions. The potential for this roster to evolve into a formidable contender hinges on these next crucial weeks. What do you think, Packers fans? Where are you watching from? And what's your take on the current roster situation? Are we equipped to make a significant run this season? Or do we need to see some moves before we can feel confident? Let's hear your thoughts before we dive into our next segment.
As we delve deeper into the Green Bay Packers' organized team activities, or OTAs, the excitement surrounding the upcoming season is palpable. Fans, where are you tuning in from? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments. The anticipation of reclaiming the Lombardi Trophy and restoring glory to Titletown is firmly rooted on the practice field, where the Packers are gearing up to bounce back from a disappointing exit in the 2025 NFL Wild Card. One of the most pressing storylines is the off-field situation surrounding running back Josh Jacobs. Head coach Matt LaFleur has taken a measured approach, stating he'll allow the process to unfold. In the meantime, Marshawn Lloyd has stepped up, taking first-team reps in Jacobs' absence. This could be a pivotal moment for Lloyd as he seeks to carve out a significant role in the offense for the 2026 season, and the fans should be paying close attention to how he performs. The health of key players is another critical aspect that weighs heavily on the minds of Packers fans. Tight end Tucker Kraft, defensive end Micah Parsons, and offensive lineman Zach Tom are all working their way back from injuries that altered the course of last season. The organization is acutely aware of how vital it is to get these players back to full strength, as their contributions could be the difference between a playoff run and another early exit. It's also clear that the Packers are not standing still. They have made substantial efforts to bolster their roster through free agency and the draft. As OTAs and the preseason unfold, we should anticipate fierce competition for starting spots. The depth chart is far from settled, and it's anyone's guess as to who will claim those coveted positions. One player to keep a close eye on is cornerback Carrington Valentine, who has been paired with Kayshawn Nixon during first-team drills. With Jair Alexander now in the rearview mirror, there's a lot of pressure on Valentine to step up. However, the competition is fierce, with new additions to the secondary ready to challenge for playing time. The Packers entered the offseason with a clear focus on improving their secondary, and for good reason. Last season, they were woefully low in interceptions, ranking fifth fewest in the league with just 7, while allowing a staggering 24 passing touchdowns. In a division filled with elite receivers like Justin Jefferson of the Vikings and Amon-Ra St. Brown of the Lions, not to mention the Bears' formidable passing attack, the secondary must elevate its game to keep pace. As we look ahead, the pressure is on both Nixon and Valentine, with new defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon setting high standards. The influx of talent in the defensive backfield means there's no room for complacency. Both players will need to deliver consistently to retain their spots. With their first pick in the 2026 draft, the Packers selected cornerback Brandon Cisse from South Carolina, a player regarded as one of the top defensive back prospects. They also added Alabama corner Domani Jackson, further enhancing their rookie class. Additionally, the signing of Benjamin St. Just from the Chargers adds another layer of depth to the position. While Nixon is expected to hold onto the starting corner role given his experience and performance last season, Carrington Valentine faces an uphill battle. Cisse is not just a rookie. He's a hungry competitor eager to make his mark and claim a starting position, which could lead to some intense competition in the DB room. Initial reports from OTAs suggest that Cisse has the potential to be a game-changer both on and off the field. As he ramps up to game speed, it wouldn't be shocking if he earns a starting role at some point this season, particularly if the secondary struggles to meet Gannon's expectations. As we wrap up this segment, the excitement surrounding the Packers is building, and the stakes are incredibly high. With so many storylines in play, it's a crucial time for the team. Fans, what do you think about the current state of the Packers? Who do you believe will rise to the occasion this season? Don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Your insights are invaluable as we gear up for what promises to be a thrilling season for Green Bay.